first. It's dimmer again, yay.
Hello, y'all.
Hey Dimmer, after this stream, if you have any spare time, would you mind helping me with an error?
We can possibly do that at the end of the stream. What's different about my camera this time? Something just feels off. Oh, it's...
Hello.
Hello, y'all. I feel like usually my whole head is in frame. And I can't tell what's changed. Yeah, but that's off for my chair. My chair doesn't
Yes, always.
down. Maybe I just need to slouch more? Have worse posture? I'll be adjusting this live. You might see. Okay. That works. Hello.
What are those wall arts behind?
So, which one? If it's the blocks, those are something that I made that is a sound diffuser based on a pattern the BBC released in like 1990 something. That's supposed to help with sound in the room. I don't think it actually does that much, but I thought they looked cool. If you're talking about the bee in a doctor's waiting room, that is... Let me grab the artist. Hey, people are trickling in. Welcome, everyone. That is by the artist Bella Quinn.
I thought the blocks created some alphabets using shadow.
No. So what they're designed to do is to basically, like, sound reflects in a very specific way off of a flat wall that makes a room sound small. And if you do that, it breaks up those flat walls to help the room sound bigger. So I also have, on the side of the wall that you can't see, I have these, like, clouds that I made that are of an absorbent material. They're, like, They aren't very thick, so they aren't super effective, but it's like felt and insulation and things like that. And those should theoretically absorb some sound. And that doesn't make it any quieter for people like my roommates. But what it does do is it helps prevent reflections off the walls, creating specific frequency spikes and things like that.
Where can we get one of those?
Sorry, my headphones cut out for TTS there, but I can read that. Where can we get one of those? So both of these I DIY'd. In general, any like sound treatment stuff for studios is ridiculously expensive. But I can find the BBC's. Something just feels off about my setup this morning, and I don't know what it is. Okay.
In my room too, sound echoes. In fact, now your voice is echoing around.
Yeah, it's a very common thing in small spaces. Here we go. Okay. Okay, I'm going to drop this link in chat. Again, I don't know how...
That's another way of stating I am poor he.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know how much this has actually changed the space. I also did this just because I liked how they looked, and I knew that I'd be streaming from here and wanted something interesting on the wall. That link is... I don't know if that's the exact thing that I followed, but it has the pattern that I used and a description of what it is. Speaking of, okay, sorry, just looked at my email and had a weird email. I dropped a link in chat, which some people might want to come back to in the future. How would you do that without saving everything in chat constantly? Well, we're working on creating a bot that will save everything that is dropped in Twitch chat that is a link to a publicly facing Google Sheet that people can see and use. Yesterday, we created, or we successfully implemented, using Google Sheets as a cloud database. Let me open that up. So, if I share my screen, we can see that in 34 lines, less than, because we have like commented and stuff. If we
Well,
hit
that's great.
play on
I'll
this,
surely try that. And you may go on with the stream. Sorry for the time taken.
hey, don't apologize, Ashwin. So here's the thing about streaming is that I have all of the control here. And I enjoy taking time out of the stream to interact with y'all, answer questions, things like that, because I think it always makes the stream better. So never feel bad about asking a question or going on a tangent. I am infamous for going on tangents during my streams. So you can see that yesterday we created a script that allows us to write to a Google Sheet we can see with the date and timestamp for just now, which is really cool. And now we are going to be adding onto this existing project by adding the Twitch
Thanks,
bot
you are
aspect.
really awesome.
Thank you. That's really sweet. That allows us to join. Twitch uses IRC for their chat, so we can join via IRC and then identify links as they come in. My voice is all weird this morning. So that is the goal for today. Why is the stream title still wrong? There we go. Now it's right. So that is what we are going to be working on today.
Tune in into dimmer stream yet again. I'm not registered for GHW this time.
Well, hello. Welcome back. Do you need to be... I don't know what Global Hack Week registration looks like. Isn't it just joining on the Discord? Theoretically, you still can register if you want. You don't have to register, but if you want to get points for a guild or anything like that. Okay. So that's what we're going to be working on today. And to do this... okay. A little bit of a story time here. For those of you who don't know, I am bad with anything that is not running locally on my computer. Not to say that I'm the best programmer when it's running locally on my computer, but I'm at least better. And I am not great writing code that requires communicating with some other service that is authenticated. And we have, those of you who are new to my streams, hello, welcome, I'm Dimmer. We have TTS working whenever this is showing, because I can turn it off. Whenever this is showing, it means that you can type !TTS in chat in front of your message, and it'll be read out loud by a TTS service that we have made. And this is a script that is running in my stream setup. This was a project that we made in a previous stream. And the biggest thing was getting the Twitch authentication to work. And we eventually got it to work. But we will need to do this again because we are again trying to write a bot to interface with Twitch chat. Only this time, that time we wrote it in JavaScript. My hair is all crazy. That time we wrote it in JavaScript because that is what allows us to run it as part of my stream setup in OBS. But this time we're writing it in Python because we theoretically want to host this in the cloud internet somewhere. So I'm going to open up that previous project and we're going to take a look at what I did that time. And possibly / probably expose some secrets and API keys that I should never reveal on stream, but I don't know how to do this without revealing all that on stream, so I just trust y'all. Okay. So, this is our Twitch TTS script. And theoretically, this okay.
What was that?
Sorry, that was me being very overwhelmed because
Aren't apps supposed to be hard?
Yes and no. I don't think they're supposed to be, but they do have a level of technical complexity, and I do not have much experience working with them, so I find them hard.
If you don't read the docs.
So, okay, but here's the thing. I usually read the docs. I'm usually pretty good about that, but I do not have I've not been doing this for very long in terms of interacting with other services, so often the docs are not super helpful. So I'm trying to look at the code that I wrote before because I know this is a combination of a tutorial and the docs. But let's take a look at the Twitch docs here. How much of this do we still need? We don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need any of that. Okay, great. So
let's help DIMMER.
Twitch bot connect IRC, and we're looking to connect with Python. Okay, this is a thing that I talk about a lot. of like, why use the API if you don't have to? Someone has already written something. But this is a
You might think of Oryx.
I don't know what Oryx is. Okay. Theoretically, we can use this and it'll do the hard parts for us. Thank goodness for open source. So, let us pip. Oh wait, I have that copied to clipboard.
Rix.
Okay. That is installed. So now I'm Googling Rix because I don't know what it is. Are you referring to Rix?
Yes.
Okay, I had not heard of this before. Interesting. Well, it's gonna be gone in 3 days. So, oof. Dang, okay. Well, for the next 3 days, if anyone wants to use this tool, you can. Okay. So, again, we're trying to create a bot that'll connect to Twitch chat and identify links. So, theoretically, we will never need to send anything to Twitch chat. Therefore, theoretically, we never need to authenticate. So we should just be able to take this.
We never need to send anything to Twitch chat. Could you reiterate?
So what I mean by this is our bot will not need to be sending messages to Twitch chat. Its goal is to be read-only. To just read whenever there's a link and take that link and send it to Google Sheets. So we only need to authenticate to be able to send messages in Twitch chat. But because our bot is just going to be a listener, we theoretically don't need to authenticate. In essence, any person can like show up to Twitch without an account and watch the chat go by, but they can't write a message in it without making an account. Okay. Synthetically def do something. Great. Now I'm going to get rid of this so we don't have a bunch of old code. And just clean this up a little bit. Okay. So the other thing that we want to do is we want to be able to eventually get the title of the stream. In this case, the title is building a MLH link stream aggregator. So that we can save that as well. But if I just hit run on this, attribute error module to IRC. What? Okay, I'm gonna try this just to see. Okay, so it is working. Okay, so that is working, which is the good news. Which also really cool that this was like a very simple setup.
Hey.
Hello? Okay, how hard is it to make an ad blocker that cannot be detected? There are really two things here. One, my question would be, why do you want to make an ad blocker? Because usually the key to an ad blocker is not that it is technically difficult, but rather that ad companies are constantly changing how they display ads. So it is useful to pull from existing lists, libraries, and tools so that other people, you can like crowdsource basically as those changes occur. And while you can use ad blockers in the sense of like uBlock Origin and things like that, you can also do it on a lower level. And this is the part that can never really be detected. Specifically, some of you might have heard of Pi-hole. It basically acts as a DNS server. For those of you who don't know what DNS is, it basically is the system that when you type google.com, that directs it to an IP address to an actual server somewhere. And if you create your own DNS server and you just use lists that already exist of all of the different servers that serve ads, and you just direct them to fake IP addresses so they never load, ads can't load on your network anymore. But no one can tell that they're blocked because you aren't blocking them. There's just a network error. And there's no way to really tell whether or not that is just like you made a mistake setting up your network and they shouldn't punish you for that, or if you're trying to do it deliberately. So that's my tip on ad blocker. But also, this is working. Now, that being said, it is not working in our script, which is where we actually need it to work, where it's telling us Twitch chat IRC is no attribute. Import. From. Whoa. Oh, I did this backwards. JavaScript syntax messing up Python compilers. I mean, yeah, you can tell that I do a lot between different languages. I'm not necessarily someone who has a lot of experience with one language alone. Okay. This is where... What do you think could be the alternative to ads? Is it a big problem to solve? I think the problem that people find with ads is not necessarily that they exist, but that they are intrusive and that they are, like, degrading the quality of the service. And I think it doesn't actually have to do with ads itself, but rather generally the profit motives of companies and the ways that they're expected to make a huge return. I also think that the key could just be, yeah, I don't know. There's an argument that people have made before that the free internet, like, should not exist. Like, it doesn't make actual economic sense. And as people start understanding that, ads just get worse and worse. So there's larger societal problems there. It's not necessarily a technological thing that can be solved. I don't think the answer is, like, Brave browser has a thing with crypto to pay websites and things like that, and maybe that is the future, but I can't see a technical problem being the solution to this.
But they pay creators, and something like Floatplane is totally paid by its users.
Yeah, so I think Floatplane is an example of, like, where the internet could be going. That something that is like not the free internet, as in something that you are paying to access, is the necessary future. Or Nebula. Nebula is the more, like, common example. So the problem here is that this is working. It is just that their, like, sample code isn't.
This is actual hacking and carrying Twitch's data, but as long as it's free, we should always be there to enjoy it.
This is actual hacking and carrying Twitch's data. So if you're talking about ad blocking, there's an argument to be made there. I don't think so. Louis Rosman is a right to repair advocate and repair store owner who talks a lot about how piracy or ad blocking is not piracy. And I agree with that. And what we're doing right here is not hacking in any way, shape, or form, because this data is deliberately publicly accessible. Like, if Twitch chat data wasn't accessible for you to see, you wouldn't be able to read Twitch chat. So this is doing nothing that is, like, in any way suspect. This is, like, the point of the service.
Well, that settles it. It was about the ad blocker.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to... Okay, I can't find the specific video, but Louis Rosman, again, a lot of videos on how ad blockers
Fun fact,
are
Mr.
not
Rossman
piracy.
also believes you own the devices that you use and MNCs can't refuse you your right to repair as you own the device and not the MNC.
Yes. That is his like big stance, but he also has a lot of pro ad blocker, pro piracy. Like this is a defense of like you own your device, therefore you should own what data gets put on your device.
You don't need fine till we believe you.
Okay. I always like to cite my sources when I make an argument like that. Okay, so this is, I'm also just kind of struggling here because like what do I do? This like both works perfectly when I run it in the command prompt, and it is obviously working and all there, but their sample code just isn't working. Okay, what if I try exactly
Can you share the docs link?
Apparently it was, I just didn't read the whole docs. I assumed I knew how to import correctly, and I did not. Okay, now it's working. Can I share the docs link? The docs link for what? If it is for the spreadsheet, there is nothing to share right now because we aren't actually writing anything to it. If you are talking about the documentation, which I think you are more accurately saying, that has just been dropped in chat. Yeah, okay. That is in chat. I forgot to change channel name to MLH. So if we close out of that and run it again, theoretically now, anything in chat should show up again.
Now you have the link as a link in a link.
Hey, everything's showing up. Great. So we're looking for message. Print message. Message. And if I try this again, hey Shem. Whoa. That did not work. So how do we get the message from there? I thought it would be as simple as that. Because that is, correct me if I'm wrong, we have a Python dictionary. Shem, you have a message. Is it? Oh, I always forget this. You have a little icon next to your name, which denotes that you're watching without audio. It's a thing that was turned on at some point that has just been on for as long as I've known you watching the stream. I could have sworn that dot was not Pythonic. Yeah, okay. Wait. It is no attribute message? But it does. What am I missing here? I have a screen reader enabled, so maybe that's why. Let's see. So... if I go into chat myself... If you... Okay. Let me share this. We're going to have some screenception here in a sec. But over here in chat, if you click on your chat identity, up at the top here is your global badge, and you have watching without audio selected. Again, it doesn't actually change the experience, but that is why that is showing. You do not need to change it, but just figured that might be useful. And do I need the quotes? Okay. Let's... Let's run this again. Hey, there we go. Thank you, Abhishek. Great, okay. So now we are getting messages from chat. Now, we need to do two more things. We need to identify if the message is a link, which would be using regex, which is a thing that I'm awful at. So instead, I might try finding a Python library to do that, because we've tried doing that before with that JavaScript program that does TTS, and it just has never worked. So I might try doing that. And then also we need to be able to get the name of the stream.
You aren't presenting it, if you think you are.
Thank you. I thought I was. If we run this again, we can see begin receiving messages, and anything that gets put in chat will show up here correctly without all of the surrounding information. Now, here's a question that I'm going to put to y'all as a poll. So, the question is, do you think all links should be saved or just links dropped by mods?
Can we also store username and other attributes too?
We can, but that is where this gets into, like, do you think all links should be saved or just the ones dropped by mods? In essence, are you okay with links that you put in chat being saved? There's an argument to be made that that is a resource when people share their own tutorials and techniques and things like that. And to vote, you either type 1 or 2, depending on what you believe. And there's also an argument to be believed that if you put your LinkedIn in chat with a link, which usually we don't encourage, so please don't do that, but you have a right to that not being saved. And the reason...
Just mods as people are unpredictable.
That makes sense. Actually, on second thought too, totally fine. You can't change your answer, but I'll know. That is why I don't think that we should also store username and other attributes. Because I think the purpose of this is not to act as a chat archive, but just to provide a spot for you to be able to see links that were dropped. So we don't need to save the name and attributes and things like that. So Shem wants everyone, but the two other people who have voted thus far want just mods. So I think what I will do is I will add both features. Well, we've already added the everyone. Now I will go in and I will see if in our big chunk of attributes, we can see if the user is a mod. And then before this is actually implemented, I would talk to MLH and see their thoughts and go on an institutional level. Jasal, YouTube uses a freemium model, which is basically ABC Inc. is a master at doing. And since it uses that, it means that the user literally does not need to pay in order to use the service, but they become blatantly clear about that fact, that they need to earn some revenue in order to pay creators and stay afloat. And they were smart about changing terms of service and stopping users from doing something that stops them doing so. This, in fact, is a breach of use of freedom and use of a web browser as a whole. I think generally I agree with that. The concept of like, yes, they need to pay users, but they cannot mandate that you load something on your computer. It's a complicated issue. Okay, so this was not very conclusive because it is now 50-50. So I'm going to finish our poll and hide it. And we will add both, and then I will talk to people at MLH, probably Mary, about this. Because I think the safe thing to do is just mods. The really safe thing to do would be just coming from the MLH account itself, but I feel like that's a little too extreme. Maybe not, though, because I'm thinking about, like, Adam is a mod, but occasionally drops, like, memes and chat and things like that, which is
just mods
fun.
It should be.
Okay, we have another mote for just mods. Oh, wait, I counted you before. Yeah. Okay, let's get rid of this. And let's run this again. And now if I drop another testing message, we can see mod 0. But now if I, in my mod account, do that, mod 0, none of these are showing up as mod. Oh wait, user type mod. Okay, so user type mod or display, not display name. Or it has the badge broadcaster. Because MLH apparently doesn't count as a mod because it's the streamer. Which makes sense. But also, because we can see when no, MLH is also a broadcaster. So that's the point. We want the MLH account.
MLH is a broadcaster.
Yes, we want that. We want to capture the MLH account, and we want to capture mods. We want both of those. Because if I were to drop a link in chat right now, in OBS, it comes from the MLH account. That is where generally I'm doing most of my chatting. But you'll notice then in user type, it does not show anything. Whereas when I typed up here, this is horrible. I had user type mod. So we have user type mod to identify. And then we also need some way of identifying just the MLH user. But yeah, I think user type broadcaster is what we're looking for.
By the way, at Dead Name Dimmer we played the slideshow karaoke. Deke shoulda said it was your idea and gave you credits for the same.
It is not my idea. It is a thing that MLH has done for many years. So I don't know where that's coming from, but it was not my idea. If that person was like looking to do it because I did one earlier, maybe. But even then, I didn't like specifically request to do slideshow karaoke. That was just what was like put on the schedule for me. I generally explicitly choose what my technical streams are going to be, but for mini events, I just go with the flow of whatever MLH schedules.
Is Ashwin from MLH?
I don't believe so. But I'll be honest, I have no idea. I've just assumed that they were just a chatter named Ashwin.
No.
Okay. That would have been very embarrassing if I just like did not recognize one of my coworkers for just like multiple streams in a row of just like, oh yeah, hey. Okay. So we're looking for the badge info subscriber client display name subscriber turbo. Okay, what if I do this?
Dead Name Dimmer is not dimmer.
Sorry, my brain is short-circuited. That is me. That's my like non-MLH account. That's why it's the mod account that I use. Sorry. That caught me really off guard because I was like, wait, it's not? That was my first response. Then I was like, wait, no, that's me. They're talking about me. I know if something is me or not. And some real cognitive dissonance there. So I just tried to mod MLH, but it's saying...
Is the pronoun of mod account personal account?
Is the pronoun of mod account personal account? I have no idea what that means. I'm sorry. So, in essence, what I mean by that is when I am streaming on the MLH Twitch account. That is why it is on this channel. So when I am in OBS here in my stream setup and I type something in chat, it comes from MLH. But at Dead Name Dimmer is my personal Twitch account which is always in chat because it has the moderator privilege. Because sometimes it is hard to moderate from within OBS. So occasionally when someone says something naughty in chat, I need to go and moderate.
Haha, it was a joke at Jazel Srivastava.
Sorry, as you might be able to tell. Wait, why is MLH showing up like that now? What? Okay. Something. This is why sometimes working with Twitch is difficult. Because it sometimes can be very much, and for lack of a better word, old world like tech company in the way its systems work. Shem, oh, you're waiting for us to type something in chat. Give me a sec. Apparently my brain is just completely short-circuiting. One sec. I understand now. I understand. Okay. I typed in chat as MLH, type something in chat. Because I was saying out loud, yeah, so if I as MLH type something in chat, and I typed the words type something in chat, and then Shem read that and said, oh, you're waiting for us to type something in chat. No, I was not. Sorry, that was a test message. I understand now what was happening. I got so confused there, where I felt like everyone was just like, oh yeah, there are all of these things happening on stream with your accounts. Then I'm like, I'm not doing any of these things deliberately. What is actually happening here? So thankfully, I have like one brain cell that was able to figure that out. With that, now the question is message, and then we're looking for user type. And if I run this, testing, okay, MLH has a blank user type, which is stupid and weird. Twitch, why? I've given MLH mod, and I was told MLH already has moderator privileges, but it does not have that user type. But if I, with dead name dimmer, type something in chat, we get user type mod. So that is how we will identify our moderators. But I now need another system for identifying. So, okay. If message user type is equal to mod class. Elif. Message. And now here's the thing. Why is this? Inconsistent use of tabs and spaces. What do you mean?
Wait, how can @deadNameDimmer be mod even before MLH could assign it to @deadNameDimmer?
Wait, how could @deadNameDimmer be mod even before? I've been mod this whole time. That just when I when streams started getting bigger and they needed to be moderated. So the other thing that we need to do is identify testing badges containing broadcaster.
I wanted to ask a counter to the statement MLH is not mod.
Ah! How could @deadNameDimmer be mod if MLH is not a moderator to be able to assign the role? I understand now. So I could do display name MLH. I'm now going to Google, are Twitch display names unique?
Ha.
Okay, they are unique. Well, there we go. That's the solution. So display name. So if message or elif message. What is that? Display name is equal to MLH. And that is what we're going to do here. Hey, okay. So I'm going to fix this to this. Now, if I do this, great. Okay, that shows up. And then if I do this, it shows up. But now, theoretically, if any of y'all type in chat, it should not show up. So we are only identifying messages by moderators and by MLH. So by people who are okay with being in a role that is public and scrutinized. So if one of y'all can type something in chat to test, theoretically, it should not show up here. Hey, oh look, it didn't show up. So that is now working. Now, there are only two things that we have to do. we need to get the stream title so we can save that. And we need to then turn this into a function that we call whenever we identify a link. So I guess 3 things. Stream title, identify a link, call it as a function. So what happens if I change that? Okay, nothing was put in Twitch chat because of that. I think that the solution is probably another library. That's way more than we need. Currently just looking through all of the different options that the Twitch API has. Trying to find how to get that stream title. Channels get channel information. That might be what we're looking for. Title. Okay. So yeah, we're looking for get channel information. Where is that? Get channel information. But that requires authentic. Why does that require authentication? I get it. And also, I don't. Because it is not always public facing. If the streamer is no longer live, the stream title is not public facing. Okay, let's take a look at tokens here. What did I use for Twitch TTS here. Hey there, is there any way to secure referral for the MLH fellowship? Is it even possible through any means at MLH? There is not. The MLH fellowship has many people who apply for it, and MLH has a wonderful admissions team that goes through all of those different applications, reads essays, does interviews, that sort of thing. And there's really no way to like get around that system, or to get a referral. The like
Just trying some beatboxing.
The like best things that I think you can do are to like do some hackathons, get involved in the open source community, that sort of thing, to show that you are interested in learning in this sort of way. And then just like take some time to make an application that has essays that really show why you want to join the fellowship in particular and what is special about the fellowship and the way that it teaches rather than just like a normal internship. And just having like some like real, like, I don't know, just showing that you're passionate and interested, which you obviously are because you're showing up to streams. I had this very bad joke and I'm not able to get it out of my head, so I'm going to share it with y'all. It was raining in Minecraft, so I went to sleep. I don't understand. I know that theoretically you can sleep when it's raining even when it's not night, correct? Or is it just that rain is annoying in Minecraft, so you stopped playing Minecraft and finally went to sleep? Okay. Let's take a look at user access tokens, app access tokens. Ah. Okay, so we're looking for an app access token, which you get through the client credentials grant flow. Right? Yeah, I can use an app access token. Does Twitch chat IRC message read messages only from our own stream, not from other stream? Yes, it only reads from our stream. If we open that folder again, we can see that I specify listening to MLH being the channel that we are listening to. So theoretically, you can change that and listen to any other channel that you want, because again, all Twitch chats are public facing on IRC, but we are setting this up to only read our chat. Okay, so I used the implicit grant flow before because it was a client-side JavaScript app. but this time it is a server-side API. So we need to learn another way of authenticating, which is fine, but I'm not very good at this. So, for those of you who have not been to one of my streams before, hello, welcome. One of the things that I like to do is to make sure that about halfway through the stream, I give people time to take care of themselves and do what they need to do, because frequently many people are going back to back, stream to stream to stream. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute bio break, take care of yourself, stand up, stretch, check your posture, drink some water, all that jazz. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Once I set up the timer. Okay, great. Go ahead and take care of yourselves. We'll be right back. Hello, 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 y'all. Welcome back. Where we left off, we are trying to figure out... Oh, hey, Polar Void. Welcome. It's nice to see you. We're currently trying to figure out how we can read... I thought I was late. El Mayo. That was our bio break halfway through. So we did start an hour ago, but as you know, there's not really being late to streams. I just appreciate you being here. We are currently trying to figure out a way to read the title of a Twitch stream, hopefully without needing to authenticate with the Twitch API, because I am very bad at that, and it's very complicated for this simple thing that we want to do. So I'm currently just doing a lot of Googling. And I just think that we will need to get an app access token. Music is vibey, thank you. It is the Lo-Fi Stream Beats, I believe. Yes, it's a very lo-fi Christmas. I like it because it's not very explicitly Christmas. It just feels very wintry to me. But that is because I have grown up in a Western country with Christmas music all of my life. So taking some of the Christmas music tropes just feels wintry. So... we can just send simple request and get the title from that. If you can give me more information on what to Google to get docs for that, let me know. But the problem is that the API to get channel information requires a authentication token. Do you mean like a data scraping tool? It could be. That feels even more complicated. The heading isn't this tag. Yeah, so you're talking about scraping the data. The problem is that this is a server-side Python application. Where generally we aren't going to be... like, I don't want to be scraping the website for it. That seems... even more complicated, and probably more accurately less reliable, being the thing that I'm actually concerned about. Oh. Which I saw is close to Rickroll, which for those of you who don't know is 25,000 channel points. And then you can at any time completely take over the stream with an incredibly low bitrate version of Never Gonna Give You Up. Okay. This is, goodness, way more To get an access token, send a post request. I think we may have to put our adult pants on and use the access tokens. I recalled my Professor XD. Yeah, there's something so beautiful about being able to do something like this that is, what is that? 7 lines? 2 of which are white space, so 5 lines of code to be able to read everything that's posted in Twitch chat, which is beautiful. Or specifically, it's really like 3 lines to read everything in Twitch chat. And I love that, and I hate when we need to do something like this. But this seems fairly easy. Like, the more that I look at this. And the good news is that because this is so low, for lack of a better word, stress, it doesn't require, like, I think we can send stuff that stays the same forever and just get responses. Whereas before, the issue that we had was before I set up getting a refresh token, every time I went live, I needed to reset TTS. And now it resets itself, but that was a pain to set up. So let's try this. To connect this token, send a post request.
I am becoming sentient.
Polar Void is apparently becoming sentient, which is wild because I could have sworn they already were, but maybe they are just a hyper intelligent AI. Good bot. I think maybe replies don't work with TTS. I don't know why that wasn't read. Okay.
Indeed.
That could be something to fix eventually. We talked about next month being beginner and doing a lot of things, just like refreshing and overhauling the stream. So, the good news. So I've also never really worked with like post requests and things like that before. I technically have, but that was a long time ago. Like 3 years at this point.
Eventually.
Eventually. Huh? Oh, eventually. Okay. Sorry, my like lateral thinking.
Like IDC about replies, okay?
I mean, yeah, it probably just has something to do with whatever tool or library I was using to read from chat. My brain is not very good at the lateral thinking moves this morning. I had a ugh. Great. Okay. So URL equals So the thing here is... Oh, golly. I don't know what's happening. I'm just struggling this morning.
Oh golly. Cold it is.
It shouldn't be a cold. It theoretically isn't a cold. I don't feel sick. Ugh. The good news is I can't get... If I do have a cold, I can't get any feel sick through stream.
I meant the temps are low.
Ah, it is cold. Yes.
I wish it was cold here, colon.
What temperature is it for me? It is... It's 44. So, for where I'm at in Michigan, it's almost like the climate has been changing and getting warmer. Huh, I wonder what could be happening there. There's Jason.
Climate change, climate change.
What could that possibly be? Okay. So, the good news is apparently if we just put it in a dictionary, it'll request it the way that we're looking to, or it'll format the request the way that Twitch is looking for. So,
It's 41F here.
it's warmer in Michigan than it is here. That's unusual. Polar void is 41 here. Yeah, it's wild weather. I do not understand it. I mean, I don't need to scrape down my car to go to work, which is like, sure, I guess.
That freezing cold for us Asians who've never seen snow.
I mean, yes, this is all relative. But if we look at a we can see I'm in the Ann Arbor area. I am north to Canada. There are parts of Canada that are more southern than me. So I am north of Canada, and it is like extremely warm for where I am in the world. Though I don't know explicitly how to read this very well.
I am just a little north and to the right.
Polar void, I'm just a little north and to the right. Wait, polar void, are you Canadian? Because I know that like 80% of Canada's population is in this stretch right here. Or are you...
No, but I study here.
Ah, okay.
May I get some help with my error now?
Wait, 6 degrees C is warm? Yes. Around this time of year, I would be expecting it to be maybe -6. Okay. Ashwin, can I get some help with my error now? We're probably gonna, if we're gonna be able to get to that, we're gonna get to it. We've had like 2 days of snow so far.
We shiver at 12.
Shiver at 12.
Og, stop freezing me.
12 C2F. Woo. Okay. Yeah. If we can get to that, Ashwin, it'll be at the very end of the stream. If not, I'm gonna direct you to Discord, where you can ask questions about that and get help from mentors. Okay, so we don't have any applications on MLH, which means I believe that we created our application on my Twitch account. Let's take a look. Yes, we did. Okay, we have Chat Plays Snake and Pycea as the two apps that we've made. So I'm going to off-screen register an app that is called MLH, or I'll just call it Link.
HVACs really are a lifesaver. Are they really on 24/7 down in the OS?
One sec. Link stream aggregator. Category. Application integration. Confidential. What do I set my OAuth redirect URL to? I guess I'll set it to localhost for now. Okay, now I can go back to reading Twitch chat. "24 here in Vermont, where I live." Whew. Yeah, that's what I would be expecting it to be right now. But I believe Vermont is north. Yeah. You are north of us and closer to the ocean. So that makes sense. HVACs really are a lifesaver. Are they really on 24/7 down in the US? Maybe not 24/7, but really anywhere like lower than maybe this line has them on probably over half the year. Okay, so now let me grab all of my confidential stuff that I am totally going to. Okay, client ID.
Dimmer is being real careful so they don't have a will moment.
I'm assuming a will moment being exposing their credentials to stream. Well, guess what? I'm going to. I don't really see a way around it. Though, in this case, this is not an important credential to hide. It just allows you to read Twitch chat. Like, gasp. It's almost like this is a free and publicly available API. Like, that's really just a problem if you are going to be connecting to an account that is paid, where someone can start, like, mining cryptocurrency. I did have at one point, I had a hackathon project where we left our Google Cloud API key, and there are bots that scrape publicly facing GitHub profiles for that. And then someone started mining cryptocurrency on our cloud platform. It was rough. Okay. So what we need here is our client ID.
I momentarily went to the keep my wife rude.
Client ID. Client secret Client ID, client secret, grant, type. And that has to be client credentials. I'm just reading this from the documentation right now. Client secret is what I'm going to leak to y'all. I could set up environment variables and all that, but that seems just like so much work for something that is not very important. You know what? No, I'm going to be smart about this and create an environment variable. I'm going to try this. I feel like learning best practice is a good thing. If I wasn't streaming, this would be very easy because I would just add it right in there.
But the damage has been done.
It is not. Y'all have not seen it. You've seen my client ID, but that's public facing. It's the client secret. Hey, thank you for the follow. Valabi Wasul. This is the first winter I'm spending in North America. Daylight savings time is weird. Time is not real. It's so wild. I'm just like used to it because it has been my entire life, but wild. Hacker will brute force you now. Yeah, and then they'll be able to access publicly facing Twitch information like everyone else. Okay. Pip install Python decouple. Great. And now I'm going to switch to my face while I set up this environment variable.
Dimmer face cam emoji time. Dimmer's face is so model-esque. He better be a model.
They and no. That was not as painful as I thought it would be. So now I'm probably still going to leak it anyway by like accidentally opening up my environment variable file.
Yay.
But
sorry, force of habit.
No, I get it. That should work. To then request that, and then I should get back. How do I get that response? Okay, so that okay, 1 second. 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 1 sec
Dimmer, you low-key have Hackerman vibes RN.
I don't know what that means. Ah, I'm assuming with the hair. So,
Yes.
okay, we will get an access token, which yeah, okay. So it is, so we save token. And then now here, requests get. Request.get, and then the URL is
This will be a helpful bot for the Canvas classroom, online learning courses, for gathering links to external sources for each weekly lecture. Obviously not with the Twitch requests though.
that is the thing, where like this idea can be used in a lot of places, but we are writing it very specifically for MLH. Okay. So get and then we're looking for the
TTS.
broadcaster ID. How do we get the broadcaster ID? So yes, Giselle, I've seen that, but the issue is I need that for MLH. Let's just the client ID and token in the headers, or return the user for that token. But the problem is I need to go in reverse. I want to find it for MLH. Let's try this. So I do have an ID. Hey, user ID.
A dodgy website says it's 79,176,881.
Great. Okay, I was able to get that based on the things that we'd already written. So now, if I do this, channels.
79,176,881 it is.
Broadcaster ID. And then we need our client ID.
Dimmer isn't using the display name slightly dangerous.
Dimmer isn't using the display name slightly dangerous. But I can't use the display name. I need to use broadcaster ID. Unless you're referring to something else. The MLH thingy. But I can't use MLH here. It specifically requires the broadcaster ID. Line 16, yes I am. Unless I'm missing something. Dimmer isn't using the display name. Slightly dangerous. Okay. Sorry. I don't know what you were saying there. Authorization. And then the value here is going to be x dot.
Time reminder.
Yes, thank you. X dot. X. Access token. X is not defined. Oh, it's token. Ah, my mouse. Token, access token. See, but here it said authorization bearer and then the access token. And then client ID, but why? If it only were... Response codes. Hey, Joker Besties, thank you for the follow. Can you show us the code bit again? So this is the sample code. This is my code. Oh wait, why do I always should turn on text wrapping. There we go. Okay. So we are getting our token. Token, access token. But it should be token plus access token. Because it has bearer in front of it, which we get here from token type. Possible the params might be set differently. There's nothing wrong currently. I'm just trying to understand what I need to do. Token type. Actually, I'm going to try it without token type. Living on the edge. Actually, wait, why am I doing this when I haven't even tested if we can get our token or not? Response 200. Okay. So good news is it's working. Bad news is I'm not actually getting the token. I am saving the response code. So it's 10:57. We have only a couple more minutes, so I'm going to save this and we'll pick this up next stream. This is why this is a 3-part project. Hey, thank you for the follow, Annie on my mind. Okay. That was kind of very overwhelming because I was doing a whole bunch of things that were completely new, but good news. Hey, we are reading from Twitch chat, and we are specifically only reading mods in the MLH user. We can get the OAuth flow authentication to be able to read the title. So those were the two things that we did today, which are both very big and very important. Next week, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be actually getting that title, identifying which messages are a link, and then making sure we actually send those to our Google Sheet. Those are the next 3 things that we're going to be doing. We are going to be working on those next stream, which is going to be on the 9th, which is tomorrow, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern time. With that, let me check what's coming up next on the stream schedule for y'all. Now, today is day 5. Yes. What? Today?
Thanks,
no.
Dimmer.
Wait, we are still... Okay, coming up after this...
Awesome.
Is
Thanks, Dimmer.
GeoGuessr, which is going to be done in the Discord. So discord.mlh.io to join the Discord if you haven't already to play GeoGuessr. And also Ashwin, discord.mlh.io is where you can go to ask a question about your error that you are experiencing. Shem
I am
says,
so good at GeoGuessr. It's always Earth.
Redis workshop. This is the thing that I talked about before. Today, it seems like there are 2 things scheduled at the same time. So there's GeoGuessr at 11 a.m. and there's also the Redis workshop. So if you stick around on Twitch, it will be the Redis workshop. And then if you go to Discord, it will be GeoGuessr. I think, if I'm reading the schedule correctly, that is what it looks like. Either way, things are going to be happening, and I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, happy hacking. Stick around for a bunch of cool new things coming up. And yeah, have a great day. Bye, y'all.
Time isn't real, dimmer.
Time truly is not real. However, there will be some period of time before I see you again.